Alarms go off when I enter the building.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio. Texas. And the Nets head back to Brooklyn after today's contest. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way, but they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, but they're doing everything right at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and they've been putting on a clinic. I mean, as fun to watch as any other team in the league. And with the calls and bounces that have gone their way, you really get the sense that this is their time.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving is out there with Booker. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Bargnani in at the 4.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Well, getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right. Here's Green, and it's sent back by Irving. They retain possession, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Green dishes to Parker. Aldridge left side. And it's good in the assist by Parker. Aldridge has got his second basket of the night.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight. And, guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning-quick release on his jump shot.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Picked by Bargnani. Booker with it. Working on Green. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
The Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. Good. Parker's got 5 now.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
Wing shot on the way. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Now, here's Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together, who knows how high they can push that franchise winning percentage.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
But they get it back. Antetokounmpo kicks to Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Parker outside. Duncan down low. Antetokounmpo defending. No good from Duncan.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss. Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
It's the Nets now after the basket by San Antonio. Pulls it from 20. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Lopez has got his first basket of the night. Spurs leading by 4. Parker, right side. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Irving against Leonard. Irving attacking. Good.
Oh, terrific work finishing a soft move like that. The finger roll.
Parker outside. And it's sent back by Lopez. And a wide open look for Irving. No good on the triple.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Took him no time at all on that one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And the dunk by Lopez.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Duncan with a screen on Irving. Here's Parker. Wants to get it to Duncan and does. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist here tonight. Irving against Leonard. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Parker with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. The shot misses.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
San Antonio calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
In transition, here come the Spurs.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
David West, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Here's Duncan. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And at 4 or 5 now, a nice start. I mean, he looks ready to make an impact offensively. So far, so good.
Lopez a screen. The shot by Irving. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Leonard, no luck.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
On the wing, Irving. the rejection by Leonard.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
He was all alone on that one. And that's now 9 points for Parker.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 7 points for Brook Lopez.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Parker kicks to Duncan. Banked in off the glass.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Now here's Lopez. Outside Irving. Lopez a screen. They get it back. There's the dish to Irving. Pass to Bargnani. To the middle. It's stolen by Duncan. Now the pass to Ginobili. Fires from 14. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now it's a 9-point San Antonio lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Ginobili after the basket by Brooklyn. Back to Duncan. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
San Antonio with the ball. 7-point differential.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Korver. From deep. It's hauled in by Ginobili.
You know, getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Brook Lopez.
And talking about Duncan's new look, Coach Popovich had an interesting quote. Pop said, I look at him and tell him, you look like Sprewell used to look. Just skin and bones, ligaments and tendons. I mean, but you know what? You can't argue with success, and not many people have had more than Tim Duncan.
Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Diaw with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Ginobili the pass to Anderson. Now Mills. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. Korver gets a wide open look. Connects from three-point range.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Diaw. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. The Nets second, in fourth the Spurs.
Yeah, both squads just rebounding the ball so well here of late. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting matchup from a physical standpoint.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Booker in the post. Covered by Mills. Booker inside. The layup off target.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Nets trail by 8. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Stolen by Ginobili. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Spurs have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
So for Brooklyn now, Allen is out there with Irving. Then it's Bargnani. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Bogdanovic in at the 4 slot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Irving, following the score by Tony Parker. All sorts of time. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. And the Nets also making a change. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Here's Irving. A 32-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Got that bucket in no time at all. Irving's got 13. Here's Parker.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star from taking over.
Well, as you mentioned with the Nets, they limited takeover games, set an NBA record, in fact, Clark, by allowing the fewest 30-point scores against them.
Yeah, you know, only Harden and Lillard were able to get 30 points against the Nets. As you said, the first team to allow so few in a complete NBA season. Going back to 99, the strike-shortened season, the Knicks did it as well.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Nets. Irving drives in. Aldridge with some nice D.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Nets trail by 11. And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Now, here's Parker. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming. And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook. Oh, that happened.
Yeah.
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
What a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us. We're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Stolen by Bargnani. He kicks to Antetokounmpo, and he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Parker, with no one around, gets it to go from 18 feet away.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Now, here's Ariza. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
You look at them and what they're trying to do on offense, and I like it. I really do. I like the way they're using the entire court. They're spreading themselves out, and when you spread yourself out and make the extra pass, it gives you a chance to get good looks from behind the three-point line, and they're draining their chances.
Here's Bargnani following the basket by Tim Duncan. Bargnani kicks to Irving, fires the three. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Leonard, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And it's an 11-point San Antonio lead. Irving against Leonard. Bargnani down low. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Excellent D there from Parker. Aldridge a screen. Parker passes to Green. The three, and that one's good. And the Spurs lead by 14.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Parker outside. Baseline J on the way. Aldridge, no luck.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Ariza has the open look. They get it again. Tries again. Got him with the pump fake.